Everybody, and welcome back to another great week of football. It's week 2. It's the Crack Kills League. I had some fun last week. How about you guys? Let's do it again. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into week 2 of the Crack Kills season. Quick hit number 1. Starting over. 6 teams emerged from week 1 in the spot they didn't want to be. 0-1. No comment, Shittown, King Kwan, and the Tinfoil Kings were all playoff teams in 2018, but came out of week 1 with an 0-1 record. If they want some motivation though, they don't need to look too far. Only to week 1 of last year, when 2-time defending champion Superfly TNT fell 133-117 to the Girlies. But Superfly got the last laugh, winning over the Girlies to take the title last season. All the 0-1 teams will look to bounce back today, as most of them face 1-0 teams. Quick hit number 2. Speaking of those 1-0 teams, on the flip side, 6 teams are 1-0 and looking to add to that mark. The Apes, Flies, and Fugitives all averaged at least 10 points per player in week 1, with the Apes leading the way with 146. Only one game in week 2, Superfly TMT versus the Dimebags, will be a matchup of 1-0 teams, guaranteeing that at least one squad will be 2-0 after this week. But will the 5 other teams have a chance to go 2-0? We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what teams come out on top, or if, like last year, we have a log jam of 1-1 squads following week 2. Quick hit number 3, spending spree. With Future Cop back in the league, most owners knew they would have to open up the checkbook in week 2. And one team did, with all business spending $29 to get John Ross. AB spent only $46 in 2018, meaning that the big signing of Ross in week 1 likely won't hurt their budget as the year goes forward, and could be just what they needed after they had some untimely injuries in week 1. Ross is also insurance for Antonio Brown, whose status today looks good, but will be uncertain going forward. The Cops led all spenders with $50 spent in the waiver wire, and they locked down perhaps the top target, Marquise Hollywood Brown. Brown, the hot rookie who is a speedster out of Oklahoma and Antonio Brown's cousin, caught 2 of his 4 targets for touchdowns last week, finished with 4 receptions. Brown was a $25 player, and the Cops will likely need $25 production if they want to spend that much on him. Finally, 2 coaches were fired following week 1. Both Mike Tomlin and Freddie Kitchens had negative 3-point performances and were sent packing. Freddie Kitchens probably shouldn't get another job the rest of the year, if you ask me. Quick hit number 4. Melvin who? Melvin Gordon needs to fire his agent. Gordon was unseated, well, I guess by default, by Austin Eckler, who had 150-plus total yards last week and found the end zone 3 times from the bench. Eckler will be just what the doctor ordered for Superfly TNT, as Superfly has Todd Gurley as their running back. But Gurley's knee will be a question throughout the season. Having a healthy, producing Eckler is just what Superfly might need to make it 3 straight titles. Quick hit number 5. No targets, lots of points. No Comment has traditionally been a wide receiver heavy team, but this year they took their first 2 picks on running backs, James Conner and Ezekiel Elliott. Neither of those running backs played very well in week 1. No Comment's receivers, especially their bench receivers on the other hand, were another story. 4 receivers scored at least 19 points on No Comment's bench, with 3 going over 20 and Deshaun Jackson leading the way with 30. Lineups will obviously be shuffled this week, and No Comment will hope that they can get similar production out of their starting receivers this week, and will hope that they don't get stray-handed by any of the players that blew up on their bench. Finally, the player to watch. I mean, who else would it be? It's Antonio Brown. Will he play? It looks like it. What will he do in the game? Some reports indicate the Patriots will feed Antonio Brown. This Antonio Brown situation has been an ever-twisting line for all business that they have been waiting in for weeks, like a bad trip to Disneyland. Today, they may finally get to enjoy the fruits of their number 1 pick as AB takes the field for AB. We'll see if it's all that they expected or if it leaves more to be desired. And just how much longer they have Antonio Brown, if it's for the whole season, or if this is a one-and-done appearance. AB is hoping that it's the former, and definitely not the latter. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for week number 2. Good luck to everybody this week, except King Quan.